Okay, Gavin, who are you, firstly? Like,
My name is Gavin, in case you couldn't tell. I live here in, I guess to say, North Dakota.
what is They Came from the Attic? Just out of curiosity.
So, They Came from the Attic is kind of like a horror, kind of like a slasher horror. During the movie, some people ask him like questions like, why is it like black and white? People automatically assume, oh, it's because that way it looks like a classic. But like, there's also other things, besides just that. I guess the movie is really just to show how it would be like to watch movies, in a movie and see how that character will develop within it.
Who do you play?
I play as his friend, and I'm like the monster, you could say, in a way.
When did you find out about They Came from the Attic?
I found out sometime about like almost 6 months ago now, actually. I remember the director sending me the script. I remember him sending me that, and he's like, "Hey, I want an opportunity. Want to do this?" I had a good time filming it, and it's definitely something I do not regret doing.
Aiden, who are you?
My name is Aiden Villarreal.
Oh, what do you do
I
on the
play
production?
video games.
Do you know what They Came from the Attic is?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you know who you're gonna play in They Came from the Attic?
No.
When did you find out that I was making this?
My brother was telling me this, and he's like, "Bro, dude, Carter's making another."
Who are you? Like, what's your name? Like, literally, who are you?
I'm Tucker.
So, what do you do on the project?
Well, I played as the monster and the main character's friend.
Could you explain who the friend is?
A very important character to the main cast of the film. Kind of was broken apart through the entire story after what happened.
So, could you explain what They Came from the Attic is about?
It's about the story is of a group of friends who was sadly separated through a horrible incident. One of the characters is seen through the entire thing of his point of the perspective of how he slowly goes insane.
Yeah, that happened to a buddy of mine, actually. So when did you find out about this little project?
Oh, from this great person I learned about named Carter.
Honestly, I don't know about this guy Carter, but
Great guy.
he sounds really hot. He's
Pretty funny.
He's very funny, honestly. What's coming next after They Came from the Attic? Are there any sequels planned?
Yes, there is, and it's going to feature about all of the cast. This time added of Aiden.
Did you do anything else other than act in it? Did you help out in any other ways?
I helped position some of the camera features and help with the lighting.
Yeah, the lighting. Didn't you help with some of the special effects?
Oh yes, I kind of positioned in certain ways and had him lower the contrast.
Also kind of didn't he consult you about different things, if the shots look nice and when editing
Yes.
it? Yeah.
And I gave him my honest opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, and you were also, as far as I'm aware, you were one of the first people to see your own scene edited. You got to see a draft of
And
it.
I find it one of the best scenes.
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll tell Carter that, and he'll
Yes.
he'll say, "Wow, that's nice." Larry's in it. How is it working with Larry?
Oh, so he didn't get that big of a role in it. It's
Yeah.
working great with him actually. He helped feature one of the death scenes of the movie.
Yeah.
As one of the monsters.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, one of the monsters. Very scary. Would you say the movie is a little scary, a little spooky?
I'd say it's a little spooky. If you had probably headphones and a bag of popcorn,
Oh yeah.
I'd recommend it to all the friends I have.
Yeah. And did you? So you had a lot of fun working on it
Oh,
with
I
your
had a
friends?
blast. You are Carter, correct?
Yeah, that's me.
You're the main cast, am I correct? The main
Oh
character.
yeah, that's me, the main character. They Came from the Attic. It's about this really weird introverted kid, and he's home alone at summer, and there's something weird about his house. He gets some stuff from the attic, and there are these things living inside of the attic, so he has to defend himself at nighttime because they're nocturnal, and he has to defend himself against them.
Explain the character you play as in this movie called They Came from the Attic.
Yeah, he's kind of a weirdo. He's really introverted, but you get the sense that at one point he was much more extroverted. When I was making the film, I started the film last summer. I'm working on the revised cut right now, and it's probably going to be finished within like a month. And when I started it, I was essentially, I was just bored, and I got this random idea, and I thought, well, that would actually be kind of a cool movie to make. I could make it in like a couple days, and I had this surgery coming up, so I decided I would make it and then finish it, and then it would be done. But I ended up it kind of got rushed, so I went back to redo it, and that's how the revised cut came out. I ended up just making this character, and because it was so rushed, I didn't put much thought into it. It wasn't until later on that I realized that this character was essentially like it was like me if I went downhill. It's like he kind of represents all of us if we were led astray, and if we let things get to us and we shut ourselves up. The true fear in the movie is not of the monsters, it's that we could become just like him. We essentially we connect with this terrible person because he's a really troubled person, and yeah, we, in a strange way, he's the only one we can really connect to. I think that makes for an interesting and a relatively complex narrative.
When did you find out about They Came from the Attic?
I was looking through these photos, and so before I started making short films, I took photographs. So I was a photographer beforehand, like an amateur one. I wasn't professional. But I thought if I'm going to make movies, because that's always been my goal, I should start by taking photographs, and I can first perfect the craft of composition before I get movement into it. So I was looking through these old photos I took of my attic, and I remember when I took them, they were really brilliant photos, I actually must admit. And I was looking at them, and I remember I edited one, and on it I wrote, "It was from the attic that they came." And I had it so that each word was on a step of the ladder. And I remember when I drew that, or when I made that photo and added that to it, I had this kind of vague idea of this story. It just kind of came to me. When I get movie ideas, sometimes they all come to me at once, and I just get this prompt that I can go off of. And they just kind of like come to me, and I can see the whole world of the film, and I know how the style is going to be, but I don't know the intricacies of the plot and the narrative. Basically, when I did They Came from the Attic, I was looking at these photos, and at that point when I was looking at those photos and I remembered that idea I had, I was like, I could do this. Like, this is so easy, and I was like, I could do that all by myself, and I was like, yeah, I can do that. And previously, I've just finished Dread in the Night, which is a really simple movie I made, but it was a way for me to like practice compositions and stuff. And that whole summer I was kind of wanting to do something because I was really bored and like I didn't have anyone to talk to. So I was honestly kind of lonely that summer. And then I just got this idea to do Dread in the Night, and I did it. That's it!